speak to you about. Firstly, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to speak to little old me.
Oh,
Right?
stop, little old you. Yeah.
And secondly, I know you're busy as a doctor, so time is tight. So yeah, with what you've achieved this season and your credentials and your time scale, I appreciate it. It's an honour to
Oh,
take the
don't
time
worry.
out.
It's nice to talk to you. Yeah.
So then, I mean, where do I begin? What a season! What a
Hmm.
season is almost unheard of. It really
I
is
don't
almost
know.
unheard of.
It's been a bit of a bonkers season, actually. I didn't expect any of that, to be honest. Um, but I do feel like I lucked out in 2025. I think this year is going to be much more competitive, to be honest. Because you know what it's like. People often will compete alternate years, and in my category in athletic, there weren't very many competitors. So I think I was quite lucky. So it'd be a different kettle of fish this year. I'm under no illusion. So
So, are you going to only into the pro league?
no, I'm not. I haven't accepted pro status. So I was offered the pro cards in the Worlds, and I haven't taken those. So I'm just going to carry on as an amateur.
Why is that?
Um, I don't really know. It's I take advice from my coach, and there's not that many pro comps, are there, in the UK? And I don't know. I just think I need to build up and get better as an amateur to be competitive in that pro league.
I think you doubt yourself a bit
Yeah.
much. I mean, think about it. I think I saw you at the. I mean, I knew of who you were, because of social media, and I've seen you on the circuit, or known of you. But I think I actually saw you from a distance at the PCAs in Kettering.
And weren't you at BNBF
I
in
was at BNBF,
24?
but the
Yeah.
PCA match was in Kettering was before that,
Yeah. Yeah.
and I think that's when I saw you from a distance, um, and I later on found out that was your warm up show,
Yeah, the PCA warm up.
which says it
Well,
all. I mean,
partly because it was the first show of the season, and then
yeah,
you can't because it was going to be long, and actually then last year became very long because I didn't finish until the 22nd of November because of the Worlds. I had to sort of pace myself. It's all my coach Darren Shepherd Loxton is amazing, and he was like,
he
"Well,
is.
he was just we'll peak you. We're not going to peak you for the beginning, and we'll peak you for BNBF finals." That was the aim.
Game plan
So,
definitely worked.
mm,
Definitely worked. But I think looking back at the first show that I saw you, um, I knew that there was something there that was beyond the norm.
oh, thanks.
It's beyond the norm. I
That's
think,
flattering.
yeah, upon speaking to you, I think I don't think you see yourself or others see you.
Maybe not. I'm not a very confident person. Full stop. To be honest, so I think I don't know, but I'm quite a perfectionist. So that is always. I know bodybuilding. You're always looking for something
Of course, yeah.
more, obviously, and that's what makes you progress, isn't it? I guess because you're never happy or content. Not never happy, but never content with your physique. So
You're
that
never
helps
happy.
you
Yeah,
train.
we are never happy.
No.
Um, so just for the benefit of this Zoom, let me get this right. So it was what was the first show? So it was the British finals where you won that
In
for BNBF,
athletic. Yeah, yeah.
and then you went to the DFAC Europe,
Yeah,
won that as well.
yeah. And I came third in bodybuilding. And actually that the third place in the bodybuilding was the my biggest achievement at the Europeans. For me,
For you,
personally.
what
Yeah.
makes you say that?
Because the um the level like the amount of competitors were there and the amazing standard at the Europeans,
Right.
so to come third there was incredible for me. But in women's athletic, there weren't very many competitors, so it was it wasn't as rewarding, put it that way. I think that's why I say I feel like I lucked out last year, and this year's going to be a whole different ball game. So
then after the DFAC Europe, it was the Worlds.
Yeah.
So you are officially one of the best in the world that there has ever been, when you think about it.
Yeah, but
when you think
but
about
that federation. Because WNBF was on at the same weekend, which is very frustrating. And obviously, I didn't. So a lot of, you think about it, people that could have been at DFAC were at WNBF. So it's not like because I used to swim, I was a competitive swimmer. So when you went to the World Championships, when you won that, you would say, yes, I'm the best in the world.
Yes,
because if you're there, but when you've got different federations, especially if you've got different competitions happening on the same weekend, you don't I don't feel that at all. So but that's keeping me going.
It's a case of saying you know you are one of the best, but to say you're the absolute best, you can only really determine that if it's one competition where all the competitors in your category come together. Yeah, you can't really truly say that. I understand that, but you're definitely one of the best that I've seen, especially as a masters as well.
I guess that doesn't even, because I'm actually talking about open, aren't I? Really? So as a master, maybe I would be. But that's being ancient, but it doesn't have an advantage when it's when it's women's, because it's not categorized often.
Yeah, but you still beat many younger athletes, though. That's the thing. So, that's cool. How have you been training for?
So, weight training specifically, you mean? 4 years. So January 22, I started.
Right. So, I'm assuming you were an athlete before you started bodybuilding, right?
Yeah. So prior to that, I used to just do, I don't know, hit and CrossFit, not proper CrossFit, but during lockdown, introduce CrossFit style moves with weights into my workouts.
Hybrid training.
Yeah. But it was mostly cardio. I was just the cardio queen. I could do so many burpees, and I haven't done a burpee for years. It's brilliant. I went down the thought of doing a burpee again. It's like, no, don't want to do that. But so I used to be super fit from a cardio point of view. And then obviously I've got a history of swimming. But
and then first, what made you start bodybuilding? What made you get into it?
So it started in lockdown when I was doing this hybrid training, and then I prepped for a photo shoot, which was April 24. When I was coached, I joined Nathan Brumley then, and he coached me, and he prepped me for a photo shoot in April 24. And I actually hadn't seen him in person. He just, because everything's online these days, and at that photo shoot, he then said, "You're shredded. Why don't you compete?" And I was like, "What?" So then I somehow managed to get on stage in the May company. I did UK DFBA first timers in May, and my posing was appalling. But I only had 4 weeks to actually try and pose. So that's how it started. Photo shoot got me into it.
So what year was that? You did the UK DFBA?
24. That was my first ever show. Was May, June, can't remember, 2024.
Wow. Okay. But coming from a swimming background and a hybrid training background, what is it about bodybuilding specifically that made you say, you know what, I'm going to give this a go? What was the catalyst for that? Or the reason?
I think it's because I'm so competitive. It's just my competitive nature, and there's no way that I would go back to swimming. And it's somewhere that I can, at my age, it's good for your health. It's a good thing to do. If I did CrossFit, I'd be injured all the time. I know, because I would just go for it and I'd be injured.
Yeah.
Being at the physio every week. So bodybuilding was a really good option to be able to compete as well as be healthy as well.
It's definitely working for you. Do you mind if I ask? That's how you shouldn't ask a woman their
How your
age.
age?
Yeah, but
So
do you
I'm
mind?
going to be 54 on
It's
Sunday.
unbelievable.
It's bonkers, isn't it? It's awful. I normally can't say 54 without swearing, so you're very flattered.
But you don't look it, you don't perform like one as an athlete. And I think, you know, even going back to what we said earlier in the chat, where it can be quite subjective with the different federations in terms of the world's best or Europe's best or the best in Britain. I think deep down, because you say you're not that confident and you are very humble, but to know you are one of the best masters, let alone athletes, and you did it in your 50s is remarkable. It's absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
So kudos to you for that. Now, do you find it? Now, I know you didn't bodybuild when you were younger, but do you find that there are any particularly challenges that um, arise at bodybuilding in your 50s as opposed to if you did it younger?
Yeah, recovery is definitely a big thing, isn't it? And then obviously being a female going through the menopause. So I've been menopausal for the last 7 years.
Wow.
So you naturally lose muscle. So actually to reverse that and train hard to gain muscle is challenging. So I think the two big things are recovery, because your hormones are all over the place and you will just feel up and down and feel knackered, and it affects your sleep, and that's a big thing. And then to combat the natural decline in muscle mass as a woman in going through the menopause is tricky. But yeah, we're changing that I don't know, it's just training hard, and I really concentrate on recovery. So.
Wow. Okay. So how often do you train? I mean, what's your usual? If you're not in prep, how many days do you train in an off season?
To be honest, my training didn't train in prep. I think Darren's a magician, because actually I gained muscle throughout my prep. I'm sure my legs got bigger, definitely, because I started my prep last year mid-April, and first comp was the July. I don't think my calories dropped below 2,000 for 4 days, just on 1 week, before I carb loaded. And other than that, I was fine. I wasn't. So I think I still had enough energy and enough food to be able to train hard enough to actually add a bit more muscle. So my plan is I do 2 weight training days, 1 rest day, 2 weight training, 1 rest day. So I've got a rolling program of 6 days.
I see. So in terms of your recovery, you work as a doctor as well. How do you manage? How do you manage that?
I run my own business now. So my background is general practice. So I've been a GP for 20, I don't know, I've lost track, 23 years as a GP. But then I set up my own private cosmetic aesthetic clinic
Right.
15 years ago. And it's basically shifted, and I just do that full time now. So I can manage my diary. So I basically start work at 10:30. So I train for 2 hours in the morning. So once the kids have gone to school, I train for 2 hours, then I start work. And then I give myself a time after lunch to potentially have a nap to catch up from the crap sleep that I've had the night before. And then I work until about 6:30, 7 o'clock.
Okay. So it's obviously
every day. But yeah.
wow.
Well, not on weekends.
But then you say your recovery is important as well. So to go through all of that and still have I think it's a case of being organised as well. You've got to be organised in this game, definitely. Are you going to be competing this year?
Yeah. Well, this is the thing. Most people would say, I mean, you do get this sort of, maybe it's a pressure I put on myself, but it's a kind of like most people say, oh, you can't do back-to-back years, and you need to have decent off-season to actually put on some muscle. But when you're 54, you kind of think you just got to go for it, and you never know what's going to happen to your health. I'm being realistic. So if something happened, God forbid, people get ill in their 50s. You have things crop up, and I just think I don't want to look back and go, well, I wish I'd have competed. I'm just going to carry on. And because I don't know, because I felt healthy during my prep,
right.
I don't think it didn't affect me negatively at all. So
right.
I was still training. I was still I do 2-hour-ish weight training sessions, and then the third day is my rest day, but I do 30 minutes of cardio on that day. And then I do stretching and abs and mobility and posing. But yeah, and that carried on all the way through. It hasn't really changed. And I was still getting stronger through my prep last year. So I'm going to carry on.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
So what made you choose the natural route?
Oh, well, God, I mean, I'm a doctor. I don't know. Maybe there are doctors out there that aren't natural, but health is so important. And, I wouldn't want to do anything that could be negative impact on my health. And also I would never be competitive in a non-natural competition, because I wouldn't ever be able to pack on the size that would be needed in a non-natural fed. So, and I don't actually want to look like that either, really, to be honest. I wouldn't want to be so big. So I'd rather be healthy.
I understand. And I think the fact that you're a doctor as well, it helps have more of an understanding of the potential dangers of being enhanced as well. I think you've got more of an informed knowledge of the possible dangers of that. So I highly commend you.
Yeah, but the thing is, I think as a woman, as a menopause woman, I keep going back to that bloody word menopause, but I think your hormones are all over the place anyway. Goodness knows how. I challenge someone to have a decent prep or phase being non-natural. It's hard enough being natural and not, monitoring. How do you do that?
Yeah, so I can only imagine.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Excellent. What aspect of prep did you find the most challenging, or should I say, not so much the prep, but in terms of the competitions? What did you find the most challenging?
Oh, so that, without a doubt, that's my just lack of confidence, and that's nerves and walking in heels and posing. I know there's quite a few things, but it's just being. Well, I never wear heels ever, and so actually walking on stage in 4.5-inch or 4-inch heels, whatever they are, and striking poses when you're nervous is really challenging. And I wasn't very confident about my posing anyway, but Darren, again, magician Darren, has helped me with my posing dramatically. So that was the biggest challenge.
So this is the thing. It's about having the ability to not show your nerves as well, because nobody would ever know that you were nervous.
Oh gosh, I remember being in my side chest pose for athletic or physique, whichever. UKGFK used to do physique, now they've changed that to train figure. Being just literally my legs shaking, so yeah, literally shaking. So, but as I progressed through the season, I got a little bit more confident, and I had little bit less shaking going on. But yeah.
So by the time you got to the Worlds, did you just sort of were you more accustomed to it?
Yeah.
I'm assuming that your routine was the same, or would have
Yeah.
been similar. So by the time you got to the Worlds, would you say that was your peak performance and condition?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Was it? Yeah, probably. More and more, I got more and more confident because I'm not a natural performer. I've not any history of dance background or anything. So for me to do that, to do a routine was a challenge in itself. Darren is so patient with me, literally. Like when you're just saying like your transition from here to here, why don't you move this foot here? And I'm like, what? It takes a long time. So I did do the safe bet and just do the same routine all the way through. So it's just drilled in. But then at the Worlds, they're in physique. I could be barefoot, so that was another plus. So being barefoot,
yeah,
it was like an added bonus. Oh wow, I don't have to wear heels.
I don't know how the ladies. I don't know how the ladies do that. There's some of the
No,
routines in heels. I do not know how they do that.
no,
It's bad enough barefoot. Do you know
I
what I mean?
know. I wish that physique was generally in the UK barefoot because in the US it was barefoot for physique and obviously bodybuilding.
Yeah.
That would be nice. But never mind.
So as you want to have the amateur competitions again this year, how does that work? Because I'm assuming you wouldn't do the same shows or the same federations, right? For example, I don't think you could do the BNBF as an amateur, could you? Because you've already progressed to the Worlds. Is that possible? Or
yeah, so Vicky said I can because I didn't do I did I can do BNBF and I'm gonna do WNBF this year. And I might do OCB.
okay,
This is
yeah, they're going to be quaking in their boots when they see
I don't think so. I really don't see that at all. So no. But it'd be good, I think, if there were more masters categories in women. But we'll see. But we'll see if it gets more popular. I don't know. There's not enough women to generate a masters category, I don't think. In physique or bodybuilding. But there's masters figure, but that's more popular.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think that's another sign of your uniqueness, really. The fact that there aren't as many masters. I think when you look at junior bodybuilding, I think that there's room for that to change. When you look at the amount of junior bodybuilders now and junior bikini athletes compared to years gone by, I think, especially on a natural circuit, which is healthier, should be safe. If they stay natural, I think with the future, there's going to be less, what should I say? There's going to be more masters if they keep it up.
Yeah, I'll probably be dead by then. Or I'll be 85 or something, maybe. Oh yeah, I do agree that it's hopefully going to follow through. I was so impressed with the juniors, the standard of the junior bodybuilding. Amazing. But I mean, my kids I've got a 14-year-old and a 16-year-old, and you see some of these teenagers like on stage, the guys. I'm just like, their dedication and to diet. I don't know how they do it. One, the training, but the diet as a 17-year-old. When I've got a 16-year-old who will just literally eat hot cross buns for breakfast, is and you got, I find that amazing. That was astonishing. But it'd be great if it carries on and becomes more popular as we get older.
I think so. And how did you find it prepping with your teenagers? Was there any challenges as far as that's concerned?
Oh, they're all right. It's they tease me every so often. So when we're on holiday, what I used to do when I was deep in prep. So I think the one year I actually came back from holiday a week before a show, and so the week before I was out for dinner with them, and so they would have my dessert, because if you've already like paid for so they would then choose, shall I have chocolate brownies tonight, or should we have the salted caramel? And then they would share that. And at that point, I would often take myself to the loo. I'd just walk out the room and then come back when they'd finished eating it, which often was only about 35 seconds. So my kids like desserts, but they used to tease me. But other than that, it was fine.
Excellent. Yeah. I know you've got to run.
Yeah, cool.
So in closing, what advice would you give to the younger athletes? I mean, as you said, some of the juniors and so on are excellent, but as one of the world's best masters, which you are, what advice would you give to the younger generation of bodybuilders, female bodybuilders coming up?
Female, it's just try and stay natural is my thing. That's a big ask, because I just think that's so important for your health, and especially when being young and pre-kids and things like that. I really think, hope that natural bodybuilding becomes bigger and bigger, and then people are healthier, and also just have the confidence and train hard. Really. Yeah. So
that's coming from a doctor as well. So that's sound advice.
And you can put on muscle. I mean, I've definitely put on a heap load of muscle. If you eat well, train hard, and recover, there we go. And you have an amazing coach, Darren Shepherd-Loxton. Got to put his name in there. He is amazing.
An elite coach, not just an elite athlete, but he is an elite coach.
Yeah.
So you definitely want to win with him. I tell you that.
I know, because some people ask me, like a lot of my patients will go, so how much protein do you eat then? How many? And I said, well, I don't know, it's on a spreadsheet. Darren just tells me what to do, and I just do it. I do obviously have some interest, because I'm being medical, I want to know what I'm doing a bit, but I have no clue. Darren will just say, oh, we're going to just put we just add 10 grams of oats now this week, so you've gone from 60 to 70 grams. I'm like, okay. And I just follow my spreadsheet. And I just do what he says. Even, I just trust him, because he knows what he's doing.
Clearly.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Thanks a lot for coming on, and good luck for this season and beyond.
Yeah, cool.